walk down those stairs, here I am, right out of the coach's room, here I am. I'll be home at midnight. Incredible.
I agree.
Nice job. Nice job, Kings.
Are you going to start the same way you kind of have been starting?
Yeah, we'll start the same way as we did in Houston. So Draymond at the 5.
What have you liked about that group?
I think it's the best two-way starting group that we can put on the floor. So we get Moses' shooting, we get the playmaking of BP to go with Steph and Jimmy, and obviously Draymond and Jimmy at the 5 and the 4, defensively behind the play. That we lack size, but we've got a lot of brain power back there.
How we've talked a lot about playing Draymond at the 5. I guess just how differently do you weigh his minutes when he's playing center versus when he's not? When you're thinking about how long can I keep him out there?
I just think the way I'm looking at it is there's 27 games left in the season, and it's a couple months. I said from the beginning I did not want to do this for 82 games, and so that's why we haven't really done it for most of the season. And I preferred starting a 5, and I just think you have to read the season, read where you are, and it feels like right now there's a sense of urgency, and we know where we are, we know what we've got to do. And Loon and Quentin are going to be in the rotation. Trace just got to stay ready. He could find his way back in very easily. So we're still going to play our 5s, but we'll start Draymond.
What's the message been like with Buddy as far as also staying ready? Of course, he still had his time on.
The message?
Yeah.
Buddy's a huge part of what we're doing. The way we're starting is not a reflection of his play. It's just a reflection of what I'm trying to accomplish. BP's a very different player from Buddy, and I like the playmaking, and I like his ability to handle the ball and get Steph off the ball. And BP and Jimmy also have a great connection. That became apparent right away. So starting them together means we get more minutes with them.
You've always called Brandon like the connector. I mean, why do you think that the pairing of Brandon and Jimmy has worked out like so quickly?
Just two smart players who see the game well, who can pass, who create advantages through their decision making and their ability to read the game.
Steve, they really blitzed and doubled and got the ball out of Curry's hands the last head-to-head matchup here. You guys got a lot of good looks off of that, but there were also a lot of turnovers that led to them prevailing really because of those. How do you balance making the right play versus avoiding the catastrophic turnovers?
Hit singles, that's always the message with our team. Just hit singles. I think we have 21 turnovers in each of the 2 games against Sacramento, and we can't have that tonight. So first half of last game, we picked them apart. They were doubling, and we got a lot of open looks, knocked down a bunch of threes, built a big lead, and then their pressure bothered us in the second half. And so we know that coming in, that's been the big message, in preparation for this game. We cannot make difficult decisions. We got to just space the floor and hit singles and just make the easy pass, trust that the next guy can make the play.
But having Jimmy out there, who you didn't have the last time you guys were here, doesn't that kind of change the narrative a little bit?
Yeah, it does. I mean, Jimmy rarely turns it over and never gets in a hurry. So I would hope those things will translate tonight.
How do you, he talked about maybe his conditioning not being fully there, and some of his feel entering the break. Do you think the break was good for him or maybe not good for him?
I haven't talked to him. I think, in general, I think the break is great for everybody. I know his circumstances are different because he hasn't played that much, but other than the first game he played in Chicago, I haven't noticed his conditioning being a problem. He's a great athlete and one of those guys who seems to not get tired, and so I thought he was fine those next 3 games, but he's the only one who can determine what his conditioning is. And if it's not, ideal tonight, I'm sure it will be soon, and so I'm not worried about it.
How many more plays does he know now compared to when he first came? Like, I think in the first beginning, you said he might have known 3 to 5 plays.
Yeah, maybe 7.
So still hitting it up.
Yeah, I mean, we've hardly practiced. I mean, we had 2 shoot-arounds on that road trip, and then 1 practice yesterday, shoot-around today. And we just don't want to overload him, but we did add a couple things this morning, and he's a really, really smart player. He picks things up easily, so I'm not too worried about that. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Steve.